Radioddity DB50 Dual Band Mobile Radio Transceiver Review. 50-watt, real results revealed.
You are parked on a ridge, antenna up, transmission going out, and the repeater just will not bite back. You have been there. 30 minutes of dead air when you needed a clear connection most. Type guilty if you have driven 3 miles just to find a signal worth keeping. Seriously, how much range are you actually giving up by staying with an underpowered radio? That suffocating silence on a frequency you should be hitting is not a carrier problem or an antenna problem. It is a power problem. 5 watts from a handheld was never going to cut it when terrain, buildings, and distance all stack against you at once. But what if control over your communication range was actually simple? Because right now, it genuinely is. Then I plugged in the Radioddity DB50 Dual Band Mobile Radio Transceiver and everything got stupidly quiet in the best possible way. Don't just pick any dual band mobile radio. Make sure it has 50 watts of output power with full CTCSS and DCS signaling so you never feel that helpless dead air silence when range and clarity matter most ever again. Here are 6 superpowers this radio drops into your hands immediately. First, 50 watts on VHF means you are hitting repeaters that smaller radios pretend do not exist. Second, the detachable front panel lets you hide the main body and keep controls right at eye level on your dash without cluttering the cap. Third, dual band dual watch puts both VHF and UHF on screen simultaneously, so you never miss traffic on either net. Fourth, 758 memory channels means your entire state can live in this radio, organized and ready. Fifth, airband and weather receive turn it into a full monitoring station. Sixth, chirp programming gets your whole frequency list loaded in minutes. I was coordinating a 3-county net at 2:47 a.m. during a storm event, comms failing everywhere around me, until the DB50 locked onto the distant repeater with 50 watts and held it clean until dawn. The feeling of that signal snapping in after 2 hours of static is something your chest remembers. There is one menu setting almost nobody configures correctly that triples your effective monitoring range on busy nets. Here is how the proof stacks up when you actually line it all out side by side. Hours saved from manual programming alone because Chirp loads your entire frequency database into 758 channels in one shot instead of button-by-button entry. Clarity gained because the direct flow heatsink and thermostatically controlled cooling fan keep 50 watts running clean through long transmissions without distortion or dropout. Performance doubled because crossband repeat on the DB50 turns a single hilltop installation into a full relay point covering terrain that blocked you before. A Ham Radio Tools reviewer described the DB50 as packing a surprising amount of capability into a mid-range mobile, calling out the 50-watt output, dual-band display, and chirp support as standing well above the price. An overlanding user reported reliably hitting repeaters several counties away with the 50-watt output, while keeping both the VHF ClubNet and a UHF GMRS channel visible on dual watch simultaneously. A mobile install specialist called the detachable head design paired with the DB50K bracket the cleanest stealth install in the mid-tier mobile category. I watched someone switch from a 25-watt radio to this one mid-event, and the difference in repeater access was immediate and embarrassing to the old rig. Some people hesitate because they think 50 watts is overkill for casual use. The DB50 has 4 power levels, so you run exactly what the moment needs. Which benefit hit hardest for you? Comment 1 for range, 2 for dual watch, 3 for chirp programming. Join the ones who quietly upgraded their mobile comms and never looked back at a 5-watt handheld again. The Radioddity DB50 Dual Band Mobile Radio Transceiver gives you 50 watts of clean power, detachable panel flexibility, 758 organized channels, and full multiband receive in one rig that installs in an afternoon. First link in the description, I pinned it to the top because I am not letting you miss this. Click it and see the radio your next trip has been waiting for.
For demo videos and current pricing, check the link in the description.